are some good general considerations when thinking about customer engagement?
So I think there's probably 4 or 5 that come to mind. Some of these may be very generic, and some of these may be things that people just don't think about. So the first one that I think a lot of people don't think about, that I think about all the time, is think about your intent, what you want to engage about, and think about the impact that the way you engage and what you engage about is going to have on your customers, right? So I say intent versus impact and how you communicate. So what is the intent? Let's say the intent of my engagement might be to educate a customer on a new feature or function or service that my company's releasing, right? And my intent is really just to educate them. If I don't do it the right way, the impact that the customer feels might be that I'm giving them a sales pitch.
Right.
They may not be ready for a sales pitch, and that might turn them off. So while I'm trying to do a good thing by educating them, they're getting the opposite effect. They're getting turned off because they think they're getting a sales pitch. So how I communicate has a direct bearing on whether the impact matches the intent, right? And I call those unintended consequences. If I'm and that's something you want to avoid at all costs, right? They say that a good lawyer never asks a question that they don't already know the answer to.
Sure.
And I think unintended consequences kind of fall in that line, right? You want to make sure you're getting the impact to the customer that you're intending to with every communication and every point of engagement that you make. So that would be the first one. I'd say the second one would be deliver value with every form of engagement that you do. If you're not delivering value to your customer in some way, then really what you're doing is you're wasting their time. And value can come in a lot of different forms. So one example of value might be increasing a customer's efficiency, right? Your product might do that, your service might do that. So increasing efficiency would be one way. Another way of delivering value would be delivering a trend to the customer that's happening in their industry or with some of their competitors that they just may not be aware of, right? You're educating them about things going on in their industry that you see from your perspective that they may not know. A third way might be adding thought leadership, right? Giving them some things to think about in their business, how they run their business, what they do with their business, that may be a great outsider's point of view as a vendor, as a partner to them, that they may not think about themselves. Another example of that might be providing education, right? Just being able to educate them on something new that either they've asked about or that you know that they might be curious about. And I'd say probably the last one, quick one that comes to mind is, you could add value to a customer by introducing them to another partner or another vendor.
Right.
Let's say they have a need and your company can't fill that need. Instead of just saying, hey, we're not the right company for that, go out and do a little bit of research. Look in your database, in your Rolodex, find somebody that you know that might be able to help them and make an introduction. I can't tell you how many times I've introduced one customer to another or another partner of mine, and they've formed a partnership that's been extremely valuable.
Absolutely.
That's a great way to deliver value.
Yeah, I totally agree. I want to underscore the education piece because that's something I try to do as well. When I come across relevant information, I'll share that with my customers. And 9 out of 10 times, it's welcomed with the, hey, I really appreciate the thought, the gesture. They may know about it, they may not. But also the referral piece, that to me is very, very interesting. And I've started, trying to refer companies in my network. And it's funny how, if you lead with a referral, maybe 3, 6, 9 months down the road, you may get a referral from them. And recently that's happened to me twice within the last 2 months. And it was simply by, being proactive and taking the first step and connecting them in my network. So great.
Exactly. Yeah. And I would round out that question with one more, and that would be asking customers about their needs, their goals, their challenges, their desired outcomes. And the reason I say that is because things change. You might have a strategic planning session with a client at the beginning of the year, and they outline their goals. I had a situation early in my career where I got blindsided by a client because I was going down a path to solve one of their goals, and their goals had changed because they were acquired about 6 months earlier. And I never thought about how the acquisition, the acquiring company might come in and change the priorities of the company. And if you don't go back and look for those events to happen,
Right.
and then talk to your customer and say, what's changed? I want to make sure that every action I'm doing is adding value to solving a problem they have. If their problems have changed and you don't know about that, then you're going down a wrong path.